What's on, guys? Jason here, back to my channel. Tonight we'll be doing a review for Smackdown, and that's all we have for last night and stuff. But yeah. So no Rampage, which was this past Wednesday, because of basketball, and no Collision either, because of basketball. Also because of the March Madness and all that stuff. So it's going to get to it then with Smackdown. Um, we're going to go with the first match, which is Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. Inside the arena, Corey Graves and Wade Barrett welcome us to the show as the familiar sounds of Rey Mysterio's music plays. The WWE Hall of Fame legend emerges to a big pop and makes his way down to the ring for his first match back since his recent return from injury. As he sells in the ring, a video package with comments from Santos Escobar plays after it wraps up. We return live to the sounds of Santos Escobar's theme music. The Ligalo del Fantasma leader makes his way out to a ton of boos and has a big smile on his face as he heads to the ring. The bell sounds to get this one officially off and running. The commentators remind us per SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis that the LWO and Ligalo del Fantasma have both been banned from ringside during this match. Mysterio immediately goes to work on Escobar, flattening him with the big elbow to start things off. After enjoying a few minutes in the offensive driver's seat, Escobar starts to take back over. As he does, we shift gears and head into a mid-match commercial break. As the match continues, when we return, we see highlights of Escobar slamming Mysterio into the steps on the floor and repeating the spot that injured him a few months ago. The crowd tries rally behind Mysterio as action resumes inside the square circle. However, Escobar silences them by taking Rey with the big spot. He yells, "I'm not gonna stop." It then hangs Rey upside down in the corner and goes to work on him. He goes for a spear, but Mysterio moves and Escobar crashes and burns on the floor. Rey climbs to the top rope, and then to the top of the ring post and launches himself onto Escobar on the floor. For a huge pop from the Milwaukee crowd. Back in the ring, Rey heads to the top rope again and connects with the seated senton moments later. When it seems like Rey had it wrapped up, we see someone in a Mysterio mask at ringside. The masked Rey Mysterio and personator gets involved and helps Escobar pull off the comeback victory over the WWE Hall of Fame legend in his return bout. The crowd loudly boos as the Rey Mysterio mask personator removes the Rey mask to reveal he is, of course, Dominic Mysterio. So the winner is Santos Escobar. Damn. Backstage, we see Bayley and Naomi hanging out and being friendly when Bianca Belair comes up and takes issue with this. She tells Bayley she's not generally sorry for all the stuff she did while she was with Damage Control. She's just sorry that the consequences of her actions are finally coming around to her. She tells Naomi she doesn't know what Bayley was like while she was gone. I'm pretty sure she did, because I'm pretty sure she watched the show every week when she was gone. We head to another commercial break. This time, when we return, we see Naomi and Belair walking by themselves. We hear Naomi try to explain to Belair that she doesn't care what happened in the past and that she can't do this alone because Damage Control is picking them off at one at a time. She tells Belair she needs her help. Alright, second match is a tag team title eliminator tournament semifinals. WC versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Back inside the Fierce uh, uh, Feature Forum, the theme for Austin Theory hits, and now he comes accompanied by Grayson Waller. The two head to the ring for their scheduled bracket two semifinal matches. The ongoing title eliminator tournament. They sell in the ring to a bunch of boos as their music dies down. The OC's theme hits next as their entrance tune plays out. Comes the veteran duo Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. The bell sounds and we're officially off and running with our second belt of the evening. As after some basic back and forth action, both teams we see the OC duo pull ahead after dumping Theory and Waller out to the floor. The two pose on the apron as we head into a mid-match commercial break. When we return after some more back and forth action, we see Theory and Waller pull off the victory with the win. They will move on to face the winner of the Street Profits versus AOP showdown later tonight. So winners are advancing um, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are the winners. All right, next match: Naomi versus Io Sky. Uh, After the match, title eliminator turning bout wraps up, we head to another commercial break. When we return, we see footage of the Roman Reigns appearance earlier today on the Pat McAfee show live in Iowa. As we return inside the Fierce forum, it's time to feel the glow as the lights go down and neon-clad WWE superstar Naomi emerges and heads to the ring for our next match of the evening. As she sells inside her music dies down. Damage controls theme hits, and then everyone who isn't Io Sky comes out. We cut to the back where we see Io Sky is being the crap of Bailey. She eventually heads out to the ring. Excuse me. Io tells the troops not to come down with her. Naomi attacks right away, hits shoulder shrugs in the corner. I'm sorry, a scorpion kick from Naomi, and she keeps up her corner offense. Io fights back with elbows, then a kick and a dropping her Corona. Corner drop kick with Sky, then kicks to follow up. Naomi fights back with the Itziguri out of the corner, with then drop kick, swinging bulldog from Naomi, connects Sky, takes a powder, and we head to a mid-match commercial break as action continues. When we return, we see Sky's back in the offensive driver's seat. She hits a big Meteora spot for a close 2 count. Naomi starts to show signs of life and begins fighting back into competitive form as the crowd starts to rally behind her. Damage control runs out and distraction allows Sky to take back over, finishing this one off with her top rope over the moonsault finisher to the pinfall victory. Afterwards, Damage Control all beat down Naomi. Naomi fights back, but Asuka sprays her in the eyes with poison mist as they celebrate over Naomi's fallen body. The theme for Bianca Belair hits and the crowd explodes. Out comes the EST of WWE, who begins beating down all of Damage Control by herself. Eventually, the numbers game is too much for Belair as well, and now we watch all the members of Damage Control take turns beating down Belair and Naomi. They leave them laying as Io Sky's theme hits, and she poses with her WWE Women's title over them. So the winner is Io Sky. Alright, a video package airs after the match, showcasing the arrival of Jade Cargill. The video features comments from the former longtime AEW TBS Women's Champion as clips are shown. The video ends with her announcing she is bringing her talents to the Smackdown brand. It is then announced that Jade Cargill will make her first official appearance as a Smackdown star next Friday night. We head to another commercial break after this wraps up. Alright, when we return from the break, we see Bianca Belair and Naomi beat up backstage. They ask for something to clear Asuka's poison mist out of their eyes. Tiffany Stratton walks up and mocks them and says toodles and walks off. Now we catch with Pretty Deadly backstage with SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis when they approached by Kevin Owens. After the three banter back and forth, we hear the prize fighter challenge him to a tag match next week. And they try and point out that he's by himself, but he points to someone off camera and asks if he'll team up with him next week. We see it is Randy Orton, and he says that he will Owens end up taking both Pretty Deadly guys a run off to brag to Orton about it. So they're gonna lose. Pretty Deadly. Alright, next match is Tag Team Eliminator Tournament semifinals of Street Profits versus AOP. After an earlier today's cinematic experience type of segment that airs that sees LA Knight attacking AJ Styles at his home only to be arrested by cops on the scene, we returned inside the forum where we hear the familiar sounds of the Street Profits theme music hits. Theme music, whatever. Out comes the duo Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins as they sail inside the square circle for our second bracket 2 semifinal bout of this week's show in the ongoing tag team title eliminator tournament. We head to a quick pre-match commercial break. As we settle back in from the break, the screen turns black and white, and then the theme for the final testament hits. Out comes the Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering, as well as Karen Cross and Scarlett. The OP duo of Alchemy Razor settle inside the ring. The bell sounds to get this one started. You see some good action coming out of the gate. The Profits jumping off to a strong start. Their larger opposition begins taking over as we head to a mid-match commercial break. When we return, we see the AOP dominating and seemingly having this one in the bag, only for the Profits to pull off the win at the last second. With the win, the Street Profits will meet Austin Theory and Grayson Waller on next week's SmackDown, with the winning team advancing to the tag team title match at WrestleMania 40. So winners and advancing the Street Profits. Alright, main event time, which is a segment, which is Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes go face to face. Alright, backstage we see the wise man of the bloodline, Paul Heyman, on his cell phone, talking to Roman Reigns. He tells him that he has seen and been told that his own eyes and ears that Cody Rhodes is here and he's alone as requested. Your public awaits, Tribal Chief Heyman says as we head to another break. When we return, we hear the iconic sounds of the entrance to Roman Reigns, and out comes a Tribal Chief to a big mixed bag reaction. The reigning WWE Universal Champion slowly makes his way down to the ring for his one-on-one face-to-face showdown with his WrestleMania 40 opponent, Cody Rhodes. He enters and soaks in the atmosphere as his music wraps up. He gets on mic and tells Milwaukee to acknowledge him. He then says he's a man of his word and he's here by himself with only the wise man, Paul Heyman, who is no physical threat to anyone. We head to another commercial break. On that note, Cody Rhodes makes his way out to the ring as soon as we return from the break, and the crowd is smothering him with love in Milwaukee. The American Nightmare sells in the ring by himself as he promised he would. Cody says if Roman is here by himself, he is a man of his word, and he too is here by himself. Roman cuts him off and says, "You're stupid." He goes on to talk about how Cody is dumb to be here by himself. He brings up how Seth freaking Rollins is supposed to have his back at WrestleMania 40, but where was he on Monday night when Cody needed him? He tells him he comes out here thinking everyone is going to be honorable because he's stupid. Reigns brings up how Seth Rollins was in the show with him. Yeah, I remember that. He says Rollins eventually turned his back on him. He says that what he does, again, point out how he can't be trusted. Cody then responds, bring up how he's got his bullet cuff links on his suit today as proof he knows something about factions, referring to the Bullet Club. Rhodes then talks about Rollins before turning things around on Reigns and says he feels he can trust his partner, but what about Roman? Can Roman trust The Rock at WrestleMania 40? Roman then talks about how Cody is the greatest number 2 of all time, but that's all he'll ever be. He is the best number 2, he says, because he is number 1 forever. As Cody continues to talk, he admits that to the next generation of fans growing up right now, they'll probably want to be the next Roman Reigns, as this the same way they wanted to be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Flair, etc. He takes issue with being called the greatest number 2. However, makes it clear that he's number 1. Cody then tells Roman good luck at WrestleMania before offering his hand for a handshake. Reigns isn't interested in shaking hands. He instead starts to talk off as Cody hand is out stretched in a trademark act of sponsorship, something Reigns mocked moments ago by saying if anyone has a baby to kiss, Cody will make it part of his next ring entrance. Reigns ends up simply walking off with Heyman as his music plays. He stops and snaps his fingers. And then we see Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso emerging through the crowd with mean looks on their faces. The two hop the barricade and walk around the ring to join Reigns and aisle. Reigns rubs his hand together and smirks as Cody stares at him leaning on the ropes. The commentators point out how Cody is standing, despite the bloodline simply preparing to attack. With that said, the camera angle changes and we see Seth freaking Rollins and main event Jey Uso emerge through the crowd the same way Sikoa and Jimmy did. As they join Cody in the ring, Reigns' music stops and Cody's begins playing. We see all six staring each other down as this week's show goes on and all that stuff. So yeah, that's how the show ended. All that. It was good and stuff. It was alright. But man, I knew that that was gonna happen. That Roman Reigns was not gonna be alone, and Cody also. So I knew that was gonna happen. So yeah. Anyways, that was it for this video, and yeah, it's only one video because of Rampage is not on TNT for right now. Probably next Friday, I'm guessing. So, and next Saturday will be Collision will go back on TNT again. So, which was next Saturday. So, anyways, that was this for this video. If you like it or not, so like, subscribe, favorite, and stuff. If you don't, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, so that was it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Laters.